They may be playing football and the crowd is yelling kill the referee, but no matter what the score, when the clock strikes 4, everything's up for tea.
Hello and welcome to this little video presentation that I've put together about my impending adventure. In a couple of days now I'll be setting off on my motor bicycle down to South America. That way, or maybe that way. Could even be that way. I have no idea which way your television is pointing, so it doesn't matter. Now, during this trip, I'll be partaking of tea on a regular basis. And there is a reason for that. There are a number of reasons. First of all, I decided to ride to South America anyway. And I remember the song, "There's an Awful Lot of Coffee in Brazil." Now it seemed like a good thing to do, to only drink tea. Bit of a challenge, give it a go, see what happens. So I was set, and I was going to go riding and drinking tea. Local tea, and some tea of my own that I'd taken, courtesy of my kind sponsors, the Republic of Tea. Bless their cotton socks.
Oh, the golfer may be golfing and is just about to make a hole in 3, but it always gets him sore when the clock yells 4, everything stops for tea.
Now, I was at Lummi Island in 2007, which is that way, when I met a lady and told her of my impending trip. And she imparted some wise, sage-like wisdom. Was I aware of the 3 cups of tea idea? I said no, I'd never heard of it. And then she told me, cup 1 is a polite introduction. A hello, how are you? Would you care for a cup of tea? Please partake. Cup 2 was, tell me about yourself. Let's share understanding, so I understand you and you will understand me. Cup 3 hopefully will be, thank you very much, cup of tea. It's been a pleasure to meet you, cup of tea. I will see you again in the future, no doubt, cup of tea. But until that time, let's stay friends, because we now understand one another. So that became my new plan, the 3 cups of tea tour. Now, as luck would have it, I was going past a bookshop, and because I can read, I noticed that there was a book, and it was called The 3 Cups of Tea by a gentleman called Greg Mortensen. Imagine my despair. My idea had been stolen, and I hadn't even had it yet. Greg Mortensen seems to be an amazing sort of chap. Didn't quite make the top of K2, but when he was coming down, he was taken into care by a local village up in the Afghan-Pakistan border areas, Karakorum, I believe it's called, where when he was revived, he'd promised to help them out. And that promise took the form of building schools. Not just schools at normal schools, but schools for boys and girls. Very unusual. He had problems. Oh, yes, he did. But no problems that couldn't be resolved over the drinking of 3 cups of tea. So, rather than dismiss my idea, I embraced his idea. I thought, why not get in touch? Which is just what I did. And I met some charming ladies via the Central Asia Institute, the organisation that had been set up. And they were running 2 charities, ikat.org and Pennies for Peace. So I've decided to ride to help them out.
It's a very good English custom and a stimulant for the brain. When you feel a little weary, a cup will make you cheery, and it's cheaper than champagne.
Then, lo and behold, my departure date in October happened to coincide with the first ever Northwest Tea Festival. Well, imagine my surprise.
Now I know just why Franz Schubert didn't finish his unfinished symphony. He might have written more, but the clock struck 4. Everything stops for tea.
I was going to depart on the same day that the tea festival was there. I contacted them almost instantly and said, "Is there anything we can do together?" They said, "Yes, there is. We'd like you to go away." It's not very pleasant. And they said, "No, you don't understand. We'd like you to go away from the festival at the end as part of the closing ceremony. And as part of the closing ceremony, you'll be symbolically representing the spreading of the word of tea around the world as you ride off to South America." Well, that's a spiffing thought. So indeed, that's what I'm going to be doing. And prior to that, I'm making this little movie to tell you what I'm going to be doing. And hopefully you'll be able to follow my journey, which will be on Google, because I've got a little clever device that will plot where I am. And I'm going to have one of these blogging things on the interweb. A brand new idea, apparently, that's all the rage at the moment, and people are using it like typing. Now, if you want to help the charities, that's fine and splendid. Their details will come up shortly. But I must thank a few people before I go. There's Kevin Campbell, who's going to help me put the blog together. Clever chap. There's the Republic of Tea, who are going to supply me with some tea. There's the people at CAI, who are very clever people and very helpful and very generous too. And then there are the people who are letting me film here at my local tea emporium. Bless their cotton socks. But finally, and most importantly of all, I have to thank my wife, without whose support and without whose constant and unending tolerance, I wouldn't be able to do any of these crazy wacky things that I find adventurous. So bless her too. She's an absolutely wonderful lady, and I couldn't ask for better. And she couldn't ask for anyone else either. So, thank you very much for your time and patience. It's now time for tea. So, cheers one and all, and goodbye. I may see you down the road.